Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're trying to cut through the noise around a really key tool for anyone serious about AWS. We're talking about AWS CloudFormation. People call it a shortcut, maybe the ultimate shortcut, to defining your cloud setup using code.
Yeah, and that's really the heart of it, isn't it? CloudFormation is all about infrastructure as code, or IaC. So instead of clicking buttons in the console, you're basically writing a script, a blueprint for your cloud infrastructure, your servers, databases, networks. It's all described in simple text files, usually JSON or YAML.
YAML seems more popular these days, right? More readable.
Definitely. I tend to recommend YAML. So yeah, our mission today is really to unpack how this automates things, how it standardizes your setup, and honestly just makes working with AWS simpler.
Okay, that programmable blueprint idea is powerful. But let's nail it down for someone maybe still doing things manually. How does CloudFormation actually change their day-to-day? What is it, as an AWS service?
Right. It fundamentally shifts you from clicking and configuring, which is, let's face it, prone to errors, to
Yeah.
describing what you want and letting AWS build it. It's an AWS service that lets you define, provision, and then manage pretty much any AWS resource. Think EC2 instances, S3 buckets, whole VPCs, you name it. You can define an entire web app, stack servers, databases, load balancers, the works, all in one template file.
So you move from doing it to describing it. Interesting. When someone's just starting, what are the absolute basic pieces they need to understand?
Exactly. It's declarative. You say what you want, not how to build it step by step. So the core concepts. First, you have the template. That's the blueprint file, the JSON or YAML. Then from that template, you create a stack. A stack is just all the resources defined in that template managed together as one unit.
Okay, template creates a stack. Got it.
And then maybe the most crucial bit for safety. Change sets. This is huge. Before you update a stack, you can generate a change set. It tells you exactly what CloudFormation is going to add, modify, or delete.
Ah, so you can catch mistakes before they happen, like deleting the wrong database.
Precisely. Avoids those massive headaches. It's a preview feature, basically. Oh, and it's worth mentioning, CloudFormation itself is serverless. You don't manage servers for it. You only pay for the AWS resources it creates for you, not the service itself.
That preview function sounds like a lifesaver. But okay, beyond just preventing disasters, why should someone really invest time learning this? What's the big payoff? Is it really a game changer?
It absolutely is. The biggest wins are consistency and automation. Think about setting up environments, dev, test, production. Doing that manually, it's almost impossible to get them identical. CloudFormation guarantees they're perfect copies every single time. That saves huge amounts of time and cuts down errors dramatically.
Right, so reproducibility is key.
Totally. And it frees up engineers to solve harder problems. Plus, think about cost control. Manual setups often lead to orphaned resources, stuff you forget about but still pay for. CloudFormation makes it easy to see everything in a stack and delete it all cleanly. Helps manage budgets.
So it's faster, more consistent, and helps control costs. What about the long-term picture, like security, keeping things running?
Yeah, good point. Reliability and security get a massive boost. Because your infrastructure is code, you can put it in Git, version control it, just like your application code. Disaster recovery. Just redeploy the last known good template. It takes minutes, not hours or days.
Okay, that's powerful. Version-controlled infrastructure.
And for security, it lets you enforce standards easily. You define security rules like encrypting S3 buckets, specific IAM roles in the template. Once that template is approved, every stack created from it has to follow those rules. It scales security practices.
Security by default, basically. Makes sense. All right, someone's convinced they want to start. What are your top tips for, getting your feet wet without getting totally overwhelmed?
Start small. Seriously. Don't try to boil the ocean. Create a template for just one S3 bucket, or maybe a single EC2 instance. Keep it simple. And like we said, use YAML. It's just easier on the eyes, especially when you're starting out. And please, please use the AWS free tier while you're learning. Experiment there so you don't get any surprise bills.
Good advice. Start simple. Use YAML, stay free. What about things to avoid? Any common pitfalls for newbies?
Oh yeah, definitely a few. First, learn about parameters. They make templates reusable. You can pass in values like instance types or names so you don't need 100 slightly different templates. Second, always enable rollback on failure. If something goes wrong during deployment, CloudFormation will automatically try to delete everything it just created, cleaning up the mess. Huge time saver.
Okay, parameters for flexibility, rollback for safety. What else?
Use version control. Put your templates in Git or a similar system. Track changes, collaborate, roll back if needed. It's essential. And maybe the biggest one, watch out for drift detection. CloudFormation can check if the actual resources in AWS still match what's defined in your template.
Ah, because someone might have gone into the console and changed something manually.
Exactly. That's the cardinal sin, making manual changes outside of CloudFormation. It causes drift, and your next stack update will probably fail or do something unexpected. Always manage resources through the template. And always delete stacks you're not using anymore. Keeps things tidy and saves money.
That's fantastic, practical advice. It really sounds like CloudFormation isn't just another AWS service. It's more like a whole philosophy, treating infrastructure like code with all the discipline that implies. It gives you consistency, automation, real control. Makes AWS much less daunting.
It really does. Which leads to maybe a final thought. Given how CloudFormation lets you treat complex infrastructure as this programmable blueprint, how might applying that same code-first mindset to other complex systems, maybe even projects outside of tech, lead you to more consistency, more efficiency, maybe even completely new ways of tackling things? Something to think about.